Hey, this is Wallflower Tarot. I'm going to do the water signs. I'm going to start with Cancer, and this is going to be its own individual reading, and then I'll move on to Pisces, and then the next video will be Scorpio, and then I'm going to move on to fire signs tomorrow. So, here we go. I've already pre-shuffled the cards, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again. And this is just going to be whatever comes out. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. King of Swords. A lot of air. Could be dealing with an air sign. Knight of Pentacles. The Lovers. King of Cups. High Priestess. And the Eight of Swords. So, with the Six of Swords, I'm seeing some distance in a situation. This could be physical distance or just emotional distance. I feel like you moved on from a situation. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like whatever this is that you were dealing with, this had some lying and going on. There was some deceitful behavior with the Seven of Swords, and with the King of Swords, I feel like right now you're just being quiet about it. You're keeping your emotions in check and only moving logically at this point. Not a whole lot of emotions involved. Knight of Pentacles, I think you are being careful about where you invest your time. The Knight of Pentacles is careful about how he invests his time. He's not very fast moving energy because he wants to make the right decision. And with the Lovers card, I feel like whatever this is has something to do with some soul bond, soul connection, or something. If it's not a relationship, this could also be just like your calling in life. This could have to do with that. The King of Cups, I feel like that's your energy. This is emotionally mature energy. These people are okay with being alone. They love deeply, but they have been through so many struggles in life with love that they know where to invest their time. The High Priestess, I think you are having some inner knowing about a situation. I feel like you're listening to your intuition. But with the Eight of Swords at the end, I feel like you are just a little bit up in your head about something. The 6, 7, and 8 of Swords all together, I feel like there's a situation that you're moving on from or have moved on from, and I think you might be replaying something in your head. Let's see what else. The Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you're kind of on the surface, you're working towards your goals, you're working on yourself. You may be this may be just at work in general. You may be a person who just works a whole lot, but I feel like you are really dedicated to something currently in your life. The Nine of Pentacles, I feel like independence. I feel like independence is important to you. Being financially independent could be something that you're working towards. You could be recently single. The the Nine of Pentacles, that's just about being independent. It's not being attached to anybody. So this is also my single card. With the Nine of Swords, I feel like that goes a little bit in line with the Eight of Swords. I feel like you are definitely replaying something in your head. This could have been a fight. This could have been just a bad experience you're just moving on from. And I think you're going back and forth in between being stuck in your head about that situation and also trying to move forward and maybe turn pain into positivity in some way. The Queen of Swords, I feel like this is also the energy that you're in. I feel like you're just not willing to play games with anybody anymore. I feel like whatever this situation was before, I think it was at a cost to either your mental health, or it was like your self-worth was tied up in this. And I think with the Nine of Pentacles, that's not a direction you want to go anymore. You want to go in a direction where you're taking your self-worth into consideration. And so the Queen of Swords has definitely been hurt before, and that's why she has the sword up in front of her. Even though she has an open hand, she also has the sword, because she's not about to entertain just anything and anybody in her life at this point. Yeah, with the World card, I feel like you have moved on from a situation. A cycle has come closed in your life. It's complete. This is something that when this card comes up, this is something that likely you won't go back to, or likely that you won't have the opportunity to experience again. The Two of Swords, I feel like you are kind of closing yourself off to your emotions. There's a lot of Swords and Pentacles energy here. So I do think you're kind of closing yourself off to your emotions right now. I think your main priority right now is moving forward. You may be actually, also the Queen of Swords can be can represent like a therapist or somebody like that, or a doctor. Somebody, you may be seeking therapy right now. That may be something that's important to you, and maybe you are closing yourself off to your emotions right now until you can get to the point where you actually can talk to somebody about this. The Two of Wands, you are definitely looking to your future right now. You're definitely making plans and decisions based on lessons that have been learned. I feel like he's got his hand on one wand as if to say, this is the one I'm choosing and I'm going forward with this. But there's also a wand that is, if you pay attention, is stuck to the building or strapped to the building, and I think that represents something that you are definitely leaving behind. With the Page of Wands, I feel like the direction that you are going in is as a creative direction. The Page of Wands is creative, exciting energy, fire energy. Whatever this is that you're moving towards or working towards definitely has you excited. I don't want to say that it's a new relationship, because I'm not seeing a lot of cups here or anything that indicates that. I think this has more to do with, like I said before, your own independence, your own financial financial worth. The Page of Pentacles, you're definitely pursuing some sort of new opportunity. There may be something you're learning about. There may be some kind of offer coming towards you. The Seven of Wands, you definitely have, you're putting up boundaries and standing up for yourself. I always notice that in this picture, the man has two different shoes on. So it's like he was like woken up out of a slumber to fight some fight or something like that. And I feel like you it feels like something just kind of came out of nowhere, and you're just like, regardless of how you feel about it, you're just putting a stop to it anyways. And so that's what that represents to me. I do see the Ace of Cups. So normally the Ace of Cups represents new emotions or new love. This may be a new relationship, but I think more so this is self-love. I think that you are embracing self-love in the situation. I think you're pouring into your own cup now. With the Ten of Swords, there definitely has been some heartbreak. I think what you're moving on from, if it's not a relationship, it was something that is incredibly important to you. And, you know, having 10 swords stabbed into your back just feels like either you were hurt over and over again, or this was just an extremely painful breakup, or maybe you lost somebody, maybe somebody passed away recently. It could be that as well. But in the background of the Ten of Swords, a lot of people don't notice kind of like the sun's coming up. That's what that yellow is, the sun's coming up. So, and he's not dead either. So you definitely can get up, dust yourself, and move on from this. And good things are coming with that Ace of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Well, okay. Okay, the Knight of Cups is a romantic gesture. Somebody could be coming towards you romantically. That could be happening at the same time as you're starting a new business venture as well. This person could be a water sign like you. Could be a Pisces, Scorpio, or another Cancer. Also, Knight of Cups is creative energy as well. So you might be going towards some kind of creative writing or something. The Six of Cups. So I get two things from this card. One thing is, if this is something that you're going towards, and this is like some kind of business or creative endeavor, I think this is something that a gift you've had since you were a child, maybe. Something about this is nostalgic to you. This could involve nostalgia. You could be writing a book. You could be writing poetry. You could be painting. It could be anything really. And also, I feel like this thing that you're moving on to as well was some kind of soul connection from the past, or somebody that you've known since childhood, because that's what the Six of Cups is. It's nostalgia. It's and it can be about like lessons, like soul lessons, and especially because you have the Lover's card out, which is about the same kind of thing, and they're both 6 cards. So sixes are about lessons. You have the Judgment card, so you're definitely at a crossroads with something. You're definitely having an aha moment. Scorpio energy, so scorpionic energy is about change. So I think you are in a big transition in your life about something. I think you've had some struggles with that Seven of Wands and the Ten of Swords, and I think that struggle is coming to an end for you. You did get the World card, so I think the cycle of whatever this was that you've just been through is finally over, and you're finally going to be able to move on to something better. And you have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. You could have a Pisces coming towards you, or you are just seeing something from a different perspective. You're maybe seeing a person from a different perspective. A lot of times getting hurt, it sucks, but at the same time it allows us to see an individual for who they are. And if you don't see a situation or individual for who they are, you will never move on from it. And you have the Ace of Swords. So there could be some sort of conversation coming towards you, or just a new idea that you have, and this could be connected to, like, I don't know why I'm getting creative writing, but I'm getting creative writing. You may be planning to Just start writing poetry, or you might even start journaling or writing a book or something like that. But I think that this is a new and very exciting idea, though, and I think it's gonna make you really happy. And we have the Death card, Scorpionic energy, and the Death card is about transformation. It could be about an actual death, and like I said before, somebody in your life could have passed away recently. However, it is also about change. And so if something in your life has come to an end, that's not all that's occurring. Something inside you is changing. And if you notice in the card, there's a lot of destruction going on, but there's the sun in the background. And just like with the Ten of Swords, I feel like the sun is going to come up for you. We have the Hermit card, Virgo energy. This is a card of soul searching and finding a truth within yourself. This is kind of an isolation card. You may, instead of going towards a relationship, you may be taking time to yourself to try to figure out where you are and get your bearings in life. And you have the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the deck besides the Sun card. This is also a really happy card, and tens represent an end to something, but where there's an end to something, there's a beginning. And so I think whatever beginning this is going to make you extremely happy, and it's maybe a dream that you had had for a while. And you also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is also about karmic cycles. The little red devil standing out to me from this card, so I just want to say there may be something coming back around to you. This may be having to do with the thing you just moved on from. I think that's kind of a warning. I think we don't want to repeat cycles. We want to move on from cycles and learn lessons. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune is about. And it's also a 10 card, which is about endings and then new beginnings. We have the Moon card. This is Cancer, Pisces energy, and this is also about creativity too. There could be something being revealed to you about your creativity. This could be through writing. You could be having dreams. You could be having really vivid dreams right now. There could be some fear involved about this new path you're going on, but that's always a part of any new path that we're going on. And fear is healthy. But I think that you should go towards whatever this is. You have the Five of Wands, which is about conflict. So you could be conflicted about something. It's normal to feel conflicted about moving on from something from the past. And fives are about change. And change is really difficult, especially if you're leaving a person behind from the past. If this is like with the Six of Cups, if this is somebody that you've known for a long time, or a situation you've been in for a really long time, that's really hard to move on from, and you're going to feel conflicted. And you may even get opinions from other people, but I would take the advice and I would listen to it, but I would also just listen to your own heart and follow that. And then the Justice card. So you're definitely getting justice in whatever situation this is. This is definitely going to turn out in your favor if you just move forward and you just keep doing what you're doing, and you don't go back to the past and don't try to relive something or make something from the past into something it wasn't. Move on from it, and you will get justice in the situation. So that's what I have today for Cancer. I'm going to do Pisces next. I don't know if I'm going to do it immediately or I'll wait until later on. I also work a full-time job, so I don't know if I'll do that before or after. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share if you like my content, so I know if I should keep making it or not. And I also welcome suggestions in the comment section. Anything. This is going to change a lot because I'm just starting out. So, just anything. Thank you.